What is up, guys? Mauna here from Mao Does Gaming, reviewing the Samsung Galaxy S2 T-Mobile version. Bit of a different video. I usually do gaming videos and update vlogs, but I've got a tech video here just to show you what I use to record my games, because really all I play is mobile games. I don't have any consoles. I do have this. In case you can't tell, oh, it's out of focus. In case you can't tell what this is a new Nintendo 3DS XL. This is what I used to film the last vlog I uploaded. If you guys have one... Oh, I didn't know. Anyways, if you guys have one, there is my friend code if you want to add me. Let's put that to the side and get into... Oh, jeez. Get into the S2. This is not going to be in 10-minute segments like I think I said that in the last vlog. I got my hands on a camcorder, so that's what I'm going to be using. It is a Panasonic, Panasonic HDC TM80. 16 gig memory card, full HD, 1920 by 1080, 3 megapixels. That doesn't sound great, but we'll see how this turns out. So this is running Android 6.0 Marshmallow, and as you can see, you've got ambient display here. If I wave my hand over a proximity sensor, it comes up. If you just touch it, it will come to life. You can swipe here to activate voice assist is what it calls it, but it's essentially voice search with Google. Swiping up from here activates the camera. Swiping up from here activates lock screen. Let's go ahead and take a look at the camera real quick, because we will address our first problem looking at the camera. So here's the camera. You can tap to focus. You can change the exposure here. Now the camera on the hardware itself does not do that well in low light conditions, which is why I usually have the exposure on 2. Tap to focus, tap to take a picture. Shutter speed is quite slow. Swipe in from here. Video is where we will address our first problem. When you try to record a video on either... I don't know why that does that. But when you try to record a video on either the front or rear facing camera, it says cannot connect to camera. So of course that's a bit of a problem. But everything else works fine. Photo speed, panorama, lens blur. Now lens blur is something that I haven't tried personally. But what it should do is you have a subject in the foreground. Oh, sorry, getting out of frame here. Subject in the foreground, subject in the background. Take a picture. It will process it. Keep subject centered. Slowly. Device move too fast. What? All right, let's take a look at it. Processing image. This is probably going to take a while because this phone is rather slow. Of course, you can swipe down. Oh. Well, I have that thing enabled because contents are hidden. But if contents aren't hidden, you can swipe down to view your notifications. I'm just going to take this off screen for a second. So it'll render that picture in the background and we can come back to it. So, this is the home screen. I've got all my apps here. You can tap this to view all of your apps. I'm just going to clear out all my apps real quick, my recent apps. Here we go. So, I've changed things around a little bit. Now on the stock firmware for the S2, when you hold this, it normally brings up the recent apps, but I set it so that, because on most Android 6.0 Marshmallow devices, it brings up Google Now on tap. This is the recent app switcher. So let's go ahead and show you an example of Google Now on tap. Now this is running the Google Now launcher, of course. So if we swipe over, go away. Okay. So this is a Google Now card. If we hold this, it'll activate Google Now on tap. It'll read my screen, and then, as you can see, it gives me information about Chelsea, and since Barcelona's up there, it also tells me about that. So this is Google Now. So, I mean, you're all probably familiar with Google Now. We can go into the settings just to show you that this is definitely running Android 6.0 Marshmallow. About phone. Sorry, I'm getting out of frame. I'm not watching the screen. So as you can see, we do have our little Easter egg here. I'm trying to play it from the camcorder screen. My highest score is 5. Yeah, this isn't turning out well. Oh, that brings me to another feature in the recent app switcher. You have split screen mode. So let's open up something that doesn't have sensitive content, the Play Store. Right, so we got the Play Store open. And we have Chrome. So if we hold the recent apps button, you press that. New task layout. So you've got the Play Store up here at the top. Of course, it's not really meant to work in a split screen view, but you've got the Play Store up here at the top and Chrome down here at the bottom. So split screen does work. You can enable that and disable that if you want. By going into settings, scrolling down to developer options. It's somewhere in here. Multi-window mode. You can just turn that off. This does have support for NFC, or this ROM supports NFC. This phone doesn't have notification lights, but you can configure these as the notification lights. Go under displays and lights, you have adaptive brightness. This is where you can turn on and off ambient display. You can double tap this to put it to sleep. So, like I said, notification light, you can turn that on. So, I think if I lock this, these lights should flash. I'm not sure. But, I usually don't have that on. So, just exploring the settings, you got themes, lock screen, notifications, buttons. This is where you can change some things. So you can disable the hardware buttons and enable the on-screen buttons. Now, if you want to do app pinning, you are going to need to enable these because app pinning does not work with the hardware buttons, And if you pin an app, you will find yourself stuck in that app and you have to restart the phone. Force restart the phone by holding the power button. Excuse me. So you've got the power menu sound panel. I actually don't know. Anyways, in the developer options, you can enable options. So when you do that and then you tap reboot, you've got soft reboot, recovery, download, and reboot. Just tap cancel there. This phone takes a really long time to start up on this ROM though. You can double tap the power button just like on the Nexus devices to launch the camera. It will buzz a little bit and then it should launch right into the camera. It takes a while, but it should launch into the camera. Or not. I'll have to swipe up. Okay, that didn't work as it was supposed to, but home button to wake up the device, of course that doesn't work because these are soft keys. Long press, search assistant, which is the Google Now on tap. Back button, none of these can wake up the phone because they're soft keys. Long press for voice search. Keyboard cursor control, I don't have a keyboard connected. Oh wait, what? Volume up and... Alright, you can reorient the volume buttons when the screen is rotated. Pressing the home, you can do that. Double tap action. So this is where I changed this to the recent app switcher and then this to Google Now on tap. Let's go. You can change the backlight, how long that's illuminated, or you can completely unilluminate those buttons. This does have doze, but it does not work all that well. Just to let you know. Users, I do have a second user, but it doesn't work as well as it should. We've got status bar. This is where you can control which icons are shown. System UI tuner isn't here, but if you hold this, you see the gear. Let me bring that a little closer. Okay. See the gear starts spinning? Instead of swinging you into settings, what this does is it allows you to edit the tiles. However, it won't let you remove the edit the tiles thing. So you actually have toggles for ambient display, ADB over network. You can enable or disable heads up. You've got the brightness slider here. One of the really cool features is you can slide your finger along the top of the screen to increase and decrease the brightness. Right edge pulls down quick settings, as you can see. So yeah, brightness control, adjust brightness by sliding across the status bar. That's something that I've enabled because I think it's, something really cool to have. You can put it into power save mode, efficiency, balance, quick, or performance. If you want to get the most performance, as you can see when I put it in performance mode, things are a lot smoother. But it does kill your battery, of course. Power save really restricts performance, turns off animations. Got that red bar up top to let you know you are in power save mode. You can turn NFC on and off, sync. This ROM has a built-in compass, as you can see, and it is properly functioning. You can turn location on and off. You've got battery saving, device only, and high accuracy. Drop down here, shows you the networks. You can hold this to go into the Wi-Fi settings. Same with Bluetooth. Now you can hold any of these tiles to go into the respective settings. So if I hold location, it will go into the location settings. If I go into, Bluetooth, or do not disturb, hold that, while it, sends me into do not disturb. So that's neat. You got a clear all button down here. What else can I show you? Let's kind of go through some of the things that don't work. I already showed you video recording does not work. This should probably be fixed in like an update or something. But if we go down to lock screen, smart lock, so you've got several different smart locks things. So you've got trusted voice, on body detection, trusted devices, trusted places, trusted face. Trusted face does not work. Now, trusted voice does work. I believe. Yeah. So that's set. I set that up. So I can say the command and it should launch voice search. Okay, Google. As you can see, that works from any screen. Let's go back into smart lock here. Trusted face does not work. So if we tap add a trusted face, set up, and next, it will do that, and then it'll say, unfortunately, trusted face has stopped. So trusted face does not work. You can configure the lock screen shortcuts, so you can change this, you can change that. Gestures, you can have it pulse the notifications when you pull it out of your pocket. You can have the device wake when you wave the hand. This will turn off the pulsing of the notifications. So if my phone's laying down, well, if I wave over it, okay, that didn't work how it was supposed to. Let me turn pocket off, and then do that. No? You don't? There it is. I don't have that enabled, though. You can manage the memory from here. See the apps started on boot, the apps that have root access. I think I mentioned I'm having a problem with root on this phone, so I'm trying to get that back. Storage and USB. Now this is a virtually repartitioned ROM. So what that means is, most devices, when you buy them out of the store, if you get a 16 gig phone, you usually have, downwards of 8 gigs of space left. Actually, this one came with about 5. With this, it repartitions the entire internal storage. So I think I had about 8 gigs. Of course, I used... Oh, no, I had 11 gigs, yeah. I had 11 gigs of storage, used up 8 of it, so I still have, math. 3 gigs left. You can print here. You can also, if you have a micro SD card, which this does support micro SD cards. Right there's the micro SD card slot. This is the SIM card slot. I don't know how well cellular connectivity works. I don't know if it does work at all. There's bound to be somebody on the XDA forum that has got that working. I will have to revisit the site after this video is uploaded and link all of the, I'll link the ROM, the root method, that I used, the ROM that I used to, make all of this happen. This is a ROM that you can get updates from. I actually do have an update to install, but I messed up my recovery because you need a special type of recovery. It was a custom recovery, a custom twerp recovery, and I thought the reason why my root access wasn't working is because I was using that, kind of, it wasn't really like an official recovery. So I thought, okay, maybe if I change it back to the official recovery, everything will work properly. I was wrong. Because the recovery that I was using was, designed for virtually repartitioned ROMs, the recovery that I installed, which is like a standard twerp recovery, does not even recognize the operating system. When I try to reboot from recovery, it says no operating system installed. So that's, a problem, which means I can't flash things in recovery, and this phone, or this ROM, updates using recovery. So I can't do any updates until I fix that, and the charging port does not work, so that's, a really big hassle. Now in terms of performance with this ROM, everything is, fairly snappy. Web pages, they're not that bad in terms of loading times, but it can be a little slow. What's a website that I can go to? Alright, I got one. Oh, no. Better yet. So, I've got full bars because my router is right over there. So here is XDA developer. Let me XDA. So, at first I tried to use the Candy 6 ROM. The Candy 6 ROM does not work. Well, I mean, it probably does work. I just wasn't doing it right. What was I gonna say? So, for me, whenever I tried, I think it had to do with the Google apps. But for me, whenever I tried to install the Google apps that I want and then go through the setup process, it would say setup has stopped or something like that. So this is the unofficial CM13 ROM. I would not recommend Candy 6 if you are not, I would not recommend Candy 6 if you're not an experienced, if you're not experienced with Android. I'm certainly not experienced with Android. I just happen to know quite a bit about it. I'm not experienced in any way. But I would definitely recommend flashing this ROM or a ROM that you don't have to virtually repartition your storage for. Virtually repartitioning the storage is not a hard thing to do, but it's also not easy, and if you make a mistake, you will mess up your phone. So if you are not experienced with Android, make sure to use a ROM that you don't have to virtually repartition your storage for. I probably will make a part 2 going over some other things. If you guys have any questions or you want to see something specific. Android Pay is another thing that doesn't work. They'll say Android Pay is unavailable. I mean, I know Android Pay doesn't work if your phone is rooted. I can go under developer options, and where is it? Root. I can turn off root access. I can't find it. Here we go, root access. I can disable root access, clear the apps, go back here, Android Pay. Android Pay is unavailable. So Android Pay does not work. Here's the advanced settings menu. You can change the display undervolt, just some miscellaneous little tweaks that you can add. What else? That's pretty much it. It's pretty much all I can show you guys. I don't know how many of you would be interested in this, but Mitomo does not work, or I haven't found a version that does work on this phone. It'll launch, supposedly, black screen, then it'll say, unfortunately, Mitomo has stopped. So that doesn't work. This is the music player, which is really, really nice. The built-in equalizer you can change it for speaker, USB, Bluetooth, headset, wireless, line out, all that stuff. It works really well. I really like it. That's it, guys. Let me know down in the comments if you have any questions, if there's anything you want to see. If there's like anything specific you want to see, I can make another video if I have enough things. Probably the next tech-related video will be about Remix OS. If you guys don't know what Remix OS is, it's Android for PC. It's essentially kind of a forked version of Android that can run on PCs. Of course, that's not all it can do. It can run on some other devices like tablets and things. The company that makes it Jide, or Jeed, I don't know how you pronounce it, but they make something called the Remix Mini, which is like a computer. So that's something, if you want to look into that, that's a thing. You load it onto a flash drive, which I have a flash drive right here. This is what I run my Remix OS on. You need an 8 gig SD card or not SD card. Well, you can use an SD card, but a USB flash drive is recommended. You need an 8 gig or above. USB 3.0 or SDHC would be nice, but USB 2.0 should work just fine. It'll just be, the experience won't be as great. That's it for this video, guys. Like I said, the next video will be on Remix OS. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like. Like I said, comment if you have any questions. Please subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed this video and if you want more content. I will see you guys in the next video, which actually might even be a gaming video. Maybe I'll upload one today. Asphalt Nitro, something like that. Either Asphalt Nitro or Stickman. First Touch Soccer, or Dream League 2016 came out, which is like, kind of the mobile rival to FIFA 16. It's a pretty good game. I've played it. So we will take a look at that sometime. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.